What's up, ladies and gentlemen? And there we go again. It always happens. Somehow my phone seems to want to shout out, "Hey, you're doing a review. Great." So, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Dan Random Media, guys. I am doing a live review of The Defenders. Now, this is a live movie, dudes. We're gonna be doing some new stuff soon, so just heads up. But I wanted to do a live review. I had done one on Saturday, or was it Friday? It was Saturday. Unfortunately, the sound wasn't working, so it was just ongoing. Yeah, so basically that's what happened. So sorry about that. So yeah, now this is take 2 about the review of Marvel's new Netflix show, The Defenders, which is basically the New York Avengers. So let's kind of start on it. So I'm gonna give a quick non-spoiler review. If you haven't seen it, what the fuck are you doing right now? Go on Netflix and watch it. It's actually a pretty good show. Alright. So, the Defenders. From what I've heard, and this just has up, this is the end of what they call the Phase 1 Marvel TV series. It's for the Netflix. We're done with, because we had Daredevil Seasons 1 and 2, the Iron Fist, the Luke Cage, and the Jessica Jones stuff. So much as we had Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, Hulk, Thor, and Captain America, there we go. That's our those are our 5 things. I guess they like to do things in 5s. And so this is a quick thing. This is not a huge spoiler. This is just simply to say how the show starts. The show basically starts off where Danny and Colleen Wynn, if you've seen Iron Fist, you know who I'm talking about, are trying to track down the Hand. And that's the main villain of the series. This is not a huge spoiler. It was hinted at in Daredevil Season 2, was hinted at the end of Iron Fist. The Hand. The Hand is the main villain. They kind of do some kind of cool, like funky, like kind of Philosopher's Stone-ish thing here. If you've seen the trailers, that's kind of what happened. But the story, and it was actually really well done. They handled it really well. The way they linked the stories together, how they brought them together, didn't feel very forced. Okay, there's some areas here were slightly forced, but some of it felt a lot more natural. The the villains, I thought it was kind of cool because they've been hinting at some of this before. We see the return of a lot of characters we've seen in the past. We see the return of Claire from who basically the Agent Coulson of of the MCU TV Netflix shows. We see a lot of the characters like we see Hogarth, who's basically been in almost all this stuff. There's a lot of like, all these characters were coming together. And they all kind of showed up in this one place. So there's that. There's a lot of people brought together. There was kind of a set. I like the ending. I've actually heard kind of that what the ending was supposed to be done for is it's for, it's supposed to lead into the next phase. It's also supposed to be referencing something else, which I won't spoil yet. And I should say that's kind of the end of the non-spoilery version. I will leave that those who are not wanting to have it spoiled to leave right now. Okay? Okay, y'all gone? Everyone here is here for the spoiler stuff. Good. So as I said, the story starts out with Danny and Colleen trying to track down the hand. They track down a guy who's got information on the hand, and he's killed by Elektra, who's been brought back with some dragon bone stuff. They kind of show later on. And they're like, we have to go back. They're told, like, you got to go back to New York because that's where the main fight is. That's where the hand. And it turns out that that big hole that we saw at the end of season 2 of Daredevil is actually is a place they've been digging, that the hand's been digging and trying to look up this like material they mix into like a coffin, like a giant like jar, like a person-sized jar. You throw them in and basically regenerates you. And the apparently like this shit can bring you back. That it sort of reminds me of like the what's it called? Like the Lord of Light from Game of Thrones. Like except for instead of praying over the body, like throw them into the jar. Alright, let's wait a few weeks. Okay, there we go. Like it's all slimy and shit. So, we find out that's how Elektra came back to life. Sigourney Weaver's character is like, I basically have helped like strip you. All your memories are gone, and you're the ultimate Black Sky, which is bullshit because it never goes right with the bad guys. They never get their perfect plan. Instead, it falls flat on their face. So, now, on the hero side, it turns out that Jessica Jones has figured out about the hand. She realized that, she was going through contracts because she had a case. Then with the architect who built over the hole, where the hole was. And turns out he wants to blow up the building to collapse where the magic stuff is. And it turns out the hand needs Danny because he can get into the magic stuff. And they almost kind of unite to fight against the hand, and the hand's like, well, freaking, Sorcerer's like, yeah, you're not gonna, no fuck, you're not gonna get the shit. Or I'm gonna kick your ass. Or my guys, yeah. And it turns out freaking Madame Gao's a fucking Jedi. She's like, whoosh, I'm using the Force. Because apparently being was it like over 1,000 years old, it gives you Jedi powers. She's like freaking Yoda. I mean, apparently all the others like Bakuto is like he's a badass freaking like sword fighter, but I don't know how the fuck this matter. They never quite set up that. I know this is supposed to be the same universe as the MCU, so we do establish there are shit like there are superpowers. There are things like actual like freaking telekinesis stuff that we have Doctor Strangely in the same city. They should just call Doctor Strange. Hey, we need to take care of the hand. Usually use the video shown to reverse. Like, aha, we replaced the concrete on top, and you guys. It does feel kind of silly that none of these like cross. There's always these like references like about Thor and all these guys, but there's never kind of a proper crossover. I don't know. I think we kind of hope Daredevil will appear later on, but I doubt it. But the series of that was kind of fun. But so they're trying to stop the hand from doing what they're going to do, which turns out involves needing an Iron Fist to break through this wall full of mumbly jumbly words, so they can access bones, which I think are like dragon bones, at least, or like the dragon bones help create it. Because they show it literally looks like dragons or something. Because it's long ass spines, kind of look like Chinese dragons or the Kirins or whatever the fuck they are. They're basically some sort of creature that apparently gives you when you run up your bones and drink it like like Alex Jones's vitamin supplement. It apparently makes you immortal. I don't know if that's kind of cool, but Danny and Matt and Jessica and Luke go in and like stop them. You apparently find out that the stuff also makes them really hard to kill, or like one of them's wearing like freaking like plate mail underneath. So the series goes kind of fun because the thing ends with them kind of dispersing, saying okay, we're on our own ways, but they're kind of willing to pop up. So the thing I'm thinking is what's going to happen is you're going to have a bit of a crossover between all these, because Luke Cage did appear in Jessica Jones, and then he went on to do his own stuff. I'm really hoping we'll see Luke and Danny pop up and maybe want to cross over, because apparently they were in a thing called Heroes for Hire, and that would be kind of a cool thing to do. We're going to see Danny wearing his jumpsuit near the end, not the mask and all that stuff, but at least they're giving callbacks. And at the end, we got to see that nice Punisher teaser. That was so cool. I really hope that. I was like, we cool, Frank Castle appearing in the show. Nah, he's not going to appear, but hey, he gets to appear in his own series coming up soon, which I can't wait. That's going to be so cool. I hear it's coming out in November. I'm like, it's August. Fuck. But then the problem is that you got Punisher, then you got Thor coming out there, and then you have Star Wars. Too much winter overload. Although it's gonna be great, because I'm like, alright, I'm done with the Punisher. Let's go watch, Thor and Hulk team up. So that's gonna be kind of fun. Actually, fun thing I actually heard, speaking of Thor Ragnarok, I actually remember reading that the original Defenders had Hulk and Doctor Strange as like the founding members. Like, they should go. I really anything almost. I completely hope that at least they get Benedict Cumberbatch to appear in one episode of the next Defenders, as gonna be kind of a walk on, or maybe even have them in the behind, or even show where the sanctuary is. That would be really kind of cool, because then we pay homage. Or if you see the cape just flying around the back, something to kind of this was a great show to watch. I mean, it was nice to have something, because Game of Thrones is ending. Which it's been really fucking awesome. But I don't know. In the end, this was this was a good kind of thing to watch. You should really watch the previous shows before you watch this, because there's a lot of there's a few references. It helps out, and to be fair, you don't necessarily need to watch the any of the Avengers stuff for any of this stuff to actually get this. Yeah, there's a lot of nods to get to the incident and all that stuff, so it's kind of cool. They said, we're gonna weave this in, and that was really cool. They did Daredevil. And I'm glad to continue hearing this, and I'm hoping that we're going to see some more street level characters. In my opinion, this has been really cool to hope they do. Is if they can get Tom Holland, so they can get some once the MCU starts winding down. At least this current phase, and they get past Infinity War, is they can talk Sony into allowing Spider-Man to appear in an episode, because that would make a lot of sense, because there was at least a few times where Daredevil and Spider-Man were in conflict there, mainly because they didn't quite get each other. Mainly it was Daredevil. And I think that'd be kind of cool, because if we get Daredevil and Spider-Man, honestly, screw a Spider-Man movie. I want a Spider-Man Netflix series. See, that would be much better. And you could, the thing is, you don't even have to show a lot of the web slinging. You could show it. Just as with Daredevil, they kind of show they kind of use the darkness, so you can't see as much. I think that would be a lot cooler for Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man's Do that. Let's bug Netflix, bug Marvel, and just get ourselves a Marvel, a Spider-Man TV series. I mean, how if they wanted to for fun, they could play the old Spider-Man. This even sounds nice. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, radioactive Spider-Man. Yeah, it shows you how old I am. I remember watching Iron Man back when. The funny thing, a lot of these shows, I grew up in a time right early when they were coming out with when they did the first DC round of DC, with all those old anime. Now we're finally seeing the live action stuff, and it's actually pretty good. So that's kind of my whole wrap for this, stream. And no one really said hi, so make sure afterwards, if you enjoyed this stream and enjoy the stuff I do, I should say we do, because this is not just my channel, this is my friend's channel, this is your channel. So please subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed this. And leave a comment. Maybe there's something I missed about the review. Although, I will say one thing. Before I shut this all off, I did enjoy the banter among them. That was a good part. And I can't do the whole, I'm going to repeat it, because it doesn't have the same impact as it does in that. So again, I'm done. My name is Dan. Thank you for watching. Again, subscribe, like. Also, because they gave me a shout out, I want to give a shout out to a podcast called Anime Pulse. Anime Pulse are, not one podcast, but a group under the title Anime Pulse. What do they do? Well, aside from reviewing anime, they also review manga, video games, movies, adaptations. So they cover both the book and the movie. So they do a comparison, and they have a little bit of after dark anime, if you catch my drift. So check them out on their website. They also have a YouTube channel, although they haven't posted any of their podcasts there yet. Their website is anime-pulse.com. That's anime-pulse.com. Check these guys. They're really good. I've been listening to them for years, and they need some more. I think they should. They're a underrepresented group, and they're quite funny. So check them out, and remember to tune in next time for either our live stream or check out our reviews. Peace.